All right, here's a tip from your Uncle Dave. When whether you're using the shim kit for the 900 or not to level the front, there were some questions. Well, first let me get into it. There were some questions about if doing this, does it really raise the seat or whatever? Yes, the rear doesn't move. The rear, where the seat locks in, resting on this, none of this moves. All that moves is when you put in the shims, which you can't see. You have to look at the other video. It's underneath here. It just lifts this bracket that the seat tab slots into. It just raises the front. So it raises the front. The back stays where it is. So the seat goes from that to that. And that's all we're talking about doing here. But I noticed that with the shim kit, and actually, to be honest, beforehand, this seat's always been a little bit wobbly. Where it kind of wiggles, like it clicks in real easy and it leaves a little bit of gap in there, so then the seat can kind of do that. So what I did to fix it was these rubber stops right here that rest on here. I just pulled, these are rubber here, okay? So I just pulled those out and put 1mm washers in between and put them back on. Basically to push these out so that you would have to kind of push it harder to actually get it to click in, and then that would hold it, and that 1mm of slack wouldn't be there, which was allowing it to do, I'm exaggerating here, but when you move around the seat, it would rock back and forth a little bit. And if you ride like a sport bike and you hang off, then it was, you'd actually feel the seat shifting. So those standoffs right there are resting under here on the subframe, and they stabilize it. So now, by putting in those 1mm shims, notice now it's not clicking in. I have to actually kind of get it to click in. And now that crap ain't going nowhere. There's no wiggle left. So, really simple mod. You just need 2 washers. So, that goes in really nice. And the rear seat, you could put this spacer back in if you want, although moving that down does make it a little bit of a tighter fit. So, fuck it. I don't need that right now. I ain't going anywhere. That's just to cover the latch. So now I put that in, click that in, and it doesn't move at all now. So for the price of 2 3-cent washers, you can get rid of that seat rocking. There you go. There's your tip from Uncle Dave for the day on the 2021 Tracer 9 GT. You could do that whether you got the shim kit installed or not. Either way, if you've got that wiggle in there, just put some washers underneath those back rubber stops, and that takes up the slack and forces you to really kind of click it in, and it really pulls that seat in so that it doesn't move around on you. We are now off to GMD CompuTrack to get the suspension set up, and I'll do a review of that as well as how the seat felt with the shim kit. So does it feel better riding along with the seat flat? Do I like it in the low position, even being a tall guy, or did I end up moving it back to the high position? We'll find out.